mid-century modern design and architecture are having a resurgence this decade. It truly brings a bold and playful style to the furnishings and home decor.
Hi, I'm Helene Hollub from Hollub Homes. We're a family-owned and operating construction company, but we build and we finish our homes as well. This home is really unusual for South Florida. We brought in the mid-century modern style, and we wanted to blend it in with our tropical, wonderful feel of South Florida.
We'll show you how to bring this stylish look into your home on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Today we tour a newly built Pinecrest home in a mid-century modern style with some contemporary touches and a little bit of glam. This 8,300 square foot home has 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. One of the main themes of this design style is the balance between form and function. Helene, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you back. We've had you on last summer, and we love touring the homes and the projects that you work on. And new builds usually are the specialty, correct?
Yes, yes.
And then taking it through to all the way down to the furnishings. And so what is the background of this particular home?
We decided, why not bring mid-century modern into South Florida? You hardly see that architecture, and you can make it a Florida type home by building it around the pool and the outside. And there's usually very tall windows in mid-century modern homes. There's usually a lot of clear story glass, so it really fits for our area. And I wanted to do something that wasn't as so typical.
Helene, so this beautiful formal living room, it has a nice division to the rest of the open spaces. And this is just a really stunning focal point. Could we talk about what you did here? Because I think it's something we don't see every day.
What was so interesting, we had a structural column, and it was at the end here. And it was steel. And I was like, what are we gonna do? What feature can we do to make this go away and not look like a structural column? And this is what we came up with, and I think it works beautifully. And it divides the rooms, but it keeps everything all together.
It really does. And that's to our audience at home. That is a great way when you think about columns and structural aspects. We need them to support the homes. So you have to work around it sometimes, and getting creative like you and your team did here is a wonderful way to accent something that you need, but also make it a focal point to design. So we've got this beautiful wall detail clad in wood, but then underneath it, another natural element. We've got the natural stone and the double-sided fireplace. Share with our audience sort of some tips on if you want to create that in the space, why it's nice as a divider, and how you made this happen.
Well, what's so great is these new linear fireplaces have space, so you can see right through it, and the flames come up, so it makes it warm, and it includes the other room. This fireplace is made up of 2 separate units. As you can see, that's how we put them together. And then you look at the marble, and the marble is seamless.
So we talked about the palette here being very neutral, the lines of the furnishings keeping in line with mid-century modern, low profile, very clean. But you brought in some fun patterns to kind of bring that through. Share with us what you did here.
Well, the client had this sofa already, and I said, this is a fabulous sofa.
It is.
For this living room. So let me bring in some fabric. Instead of having individual cushions, I brought in a fabric and made 2 long, clean line back cushions.
So this was like what would be the back cushion of a sofa. Instead of doing the throw pillows, you've kind of bought the concept of the accent pillow to the back cushion.
Exactly.
Which is genius. And to our viewers, that is another great way to change up an existing sofa, infuse a fun pattern. And for those who don't like throw pillows, I personally love them, but this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, mid-century modern, you can't have a lot of throw pillows.
It's a great way. So take note on that. Great design tips, Helene.
Thank you.
So before we move on to some other spaces in the home, I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit more about the backdrop of this formal living room. First of all, use mid-century modern style, not a lot of heavy window treatments, very clean because you want to highlight.
Barely any window treatments.
Yes. So you want to highlight this view, of course, as well.
Absolutely.
That's sort of really part of almost this living space because you see it right from the entry.
Well, it's very important to bring the outside inside. It's very important to look like you're living in Florida. I mean, look at the beauty. The landscaping is spectacular, and the long view of the pool really goes well when you walk through this home and you look at this long view of the pool. It just brings that water element into the house.
Great detail,
Beautiful
view, and we've got so much more to see when we come back. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, form and function are combined into beautiful design.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and we're on a roof because we want to show why it's really important to have an in-home consultation to determine exactly what's needed to make the best decision when you're replacing your roof on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Gulfstream Park Village and SoFlo Home Project are pleased to announce the winner of our Home Sweet Home Stores at Gulfstream Park Village $5,000 gift card giveaway. Our winner is Joni Precht from Miami Lakes. Congratulations, Joni. Enjoy your fabulous shopping spree, and thank you for entering the SoFlo Home Project and Gulfstream Park Village $5,000 gift card giveaway. Gulfstream Park Village, 10 home stores, 1 address. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are here with Helene Holub of Holub Homes, checking out this gorgeous Pinecrest home that was custom built and fully designed and furnished. And Helene, before the break, we talked a little bit about the design style being mid-century modern. That's the influence from the architecture down to the furnishings. And so now we're in the dining room. The dining room is located next to an amazing bar area. Beautiful design and function have been combined to create a great entertaining space.
I wanted the table to be a natural wood color to blend in the other areas of the house and the other woods in the house, and just a little bit lighter, a little bit of a difference. And of course we needed low profile seating.
So this is quite comfortable. Earlier before the break, we talked about how you bought in a lot of textures, not heavy on patterns, keeping in true with the sort of mid-century modern feel, some interesting texture, muted palette, natural tones.
Tone on tone, as much as you can.
What's so nice also about this dining room is that while it has its own little nook, kind of carved out in the main space, you get the beautiful views of the outdoors, all the foliage and the pool. It's just such a nice indoor-outdoor mix.
It works all together.
And we talked about biophilic design being such a trend. It sort of almost inherently happens here because you have such great outdoor spaces.
And that's part of my style. I've been doing that since
before it was a trend,
yes.
right?
Yes, since I began. It's always been very important when you walk through the front door to connect to nature, and to all the main rooms to connect to nature.
Well, speaking of connecting to nature, there is another part of this sort of dining space and bar that you haven't seen yet that also connects to nature, and we are going to check that out. But first, let's see what Tat Granata from FHIA has for us today.
So today we're on a roof, but it's another great example about why the initial home consultation is so vital to making sure you're getting the right project for what you're trying to accomplish. There were a lot of concerns with the roof when we came out to meet with the homeowner, and we talked about several different options, a lot of different materials, and different ways that we could install a new roof for the family. And they chose the Integrity roofing system, and we're really glad they did. With the Integrity roofing system comes all the necessary decking that needs to be replaced is included. So there's no additional charges, and this roof has required a lot of extra decking. We've already installed over 30 sheets, and there's been no additional cost to the homeowner. Another thing that we learned while we were here during the consultation was they never wanted to do this roof again. So when we went over all the different options and all the different warranties that were available, they found one with the Integrity roofing system that doesn't have any loopholes and that they'll be fully covered. And the manufacturer provides a 50-year warranty with no gotchas. This is just such a great example for so many different reasons on why that consultation is so important, and also to make sure that the contractor you choose or the person that comes out to your home really comes up onto your roof and doesn't just look at a satellite image or a picture from the sky to determine what's necessary, because there's a lot of things about this roof that won't be caught from a picture from up above. Like, for example, this area right here, there's just a little bit of a transition here. Getting up here, you recognize what a vulnerable area this could be and what's going to be required to ensure no water gets in here. And also get into the attic space as well so you can see things from underneath and address any areas that might be a concern. So make sure you do your homework when you're making this decision, and make sure above and beyond everything else that you know what all the charges are going to be. Really protect yourself and make sure you're getting exactly what your expectations are. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. Helene, this is a stunning bar, and I mean, what a backdrop.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we talked about bringing in nature, but I love that this has this nice water feature right outside, this more in the front of the house.
Yes. So it was a challenge because they wanted a place to store glassware and things for the bar. And I said, oh my goodness, I can't put a cabinet back there. It's going to block everything. So I know, I'll make a see-through cabinet. So that's the first time I've made a see-through cabinet from inside to outside, but I think it works really well.
Oh, I think it might be the first of many because it looks so good. And what I love is that we're so used to seeing like a solid back to the cabinet, right? But with this backdrop, and again, we talked about biophilic design, bringing the outdoor in, and sort of adding your touch of glam to the mid-century styling.
Yes.
This sort of does that because you get a lot of glass and some lighting and all of the beautiful glassware and crystal shines.
Yes. It just adds just what I need, a little bit of glam for this area as well as the light fixtures. And let's talk about this magnificent backlit quartz.
Could not leave this to be ignored. I love the stone, the leather finish. When you were choosing materials, you know, we have a darker marble by the living room and dining room divider.
And this needed to be light and bright.
To balance.
To balance everything because it's going to the outside. And so I said, what better could you use than this natural quartz from the earth, and then they leather it and they brush it. So you feel the texture.
You really do.
And so that's another textural element you bring in. It's still white like the walls and not a lot of color, but you could make a bigger statement.
To viewers who are maybe new to redesigning something in their home or making some changes, organic elements, whether it's a mid-century modern style or not, really heavily trending and beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, see how contemporary design materials can be used to modernize a mid-century style home. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of this beautiful Pinecrest home with Helene Holub of Holub Homes. Helene, this house had a mid-century modern feel, but with some contemporary touches. You also added a touch of glam here and there, infuse your style. At the heart of the home, we find the beautiful kitchen. The mid-century modern style was updated with the use of more contemporary and glam materials. You took this home from build to furnish.
Yes. Well, the layout of the space was to actually have a large island where it can be the center, where everybody could cook together, be together. And so I think that we've achieved that.
This is one large island. It's
large island, one large space, one large sink. And this area is a little bit of the glam area because they wanted to display everything that they had.
So Helene, I love that there's great balance. You've got your tall appliances on this side. You've balanced it with a lot of glass and lighting with this china cabinet. Still tall cabinets, but a little more openness.
Yes.
And then right in the center, this great backdrop for the range and the hood.
Well, this house, the accent colors are blue, where we've added a little bit of accent we've added blue, and the pool is so beautiful, and you can see it
Yes.
from here. So what was I gonna do on this backdrop of this wall? I said, oh my gosh, I've gotta put glass.
What I love about this is that it becomes a feature wall. And a lot of the times we focus on the feature wall being elsewhere in the room. You know, maybe it's the wall behind the TV or whatever, but here, central focus is this gorgeous glass. And I think a key to that when you're doing the feature wall is the lighting, because you've really incorporated from the ceiling to under the shelves just the right touches of lighting.
Yes, that was difficult to achieve. It was.
What were some of the challenges? Because of the shelving itself and just getting it to hit the wall at the right spot?
Yes, the shelving itself, to light up the shelves was very difficult, the glass underneath and above. So we have lights above and below.
Ah, so it up lights on the accessories,
Yes.
down lights below, so it's like that perfect blend of like a little bit of lighting in each direction. Bringing in the mid-century, you've got this sort of nod to like the web chair here, so bringing it in with your furnishing accents in this room?
Yes.
I love the pop of the metallic. And now, on an island this big, you've got a lot of great lighting above, but there's some other features and some things here that I think are fun for our viewers to kind of see.
Well, where do you plug in your mixer is the question.
Yes,
and where do you plug in your appliances? And this is the plug. There's 2 plugs on the island. All you have to do is push it.
Just pop right out.
And it pops right out. Yeah.
Okay. Next on SoFlo Home Project, we check out more mid-century modern styling in the sleeping quarters. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of this beautiful Pinecrest home with Alena Holub. Helene, so we have toured this home, which is magnificent, and you said from the architectural phase, it started out to have some mid-century modern elements, and then even into the furnishings and the decor and the design of the home. You've brought that throughout. At the far end of the home, we find the main sleeping quarters with mid-century modern touches that feel like a luxury resort. In this bedroom, there is a gorgeous bookcase when you walk in that really nods to mid-century modern style.
It is a typical mid-century modern style bookcase. It's got all the elements. It's got black and white and the angles, different angles, and it was really fun to design.
Absolutely. I love it. And the height, which is so cool too, and it really displays the books. And we tell our viewers at home this a lot. When you have a collection of stuff that you want to display, make that a focal point. Like the books become art in a sense.
It makes it homey too.
It really does. And now your lighting is, I love that you did this big arced floor lamp really to sort of, kind of fill in the space so nicely.
And that's also mid-century modern.
Yeah, a nod to that style. Again, and then you brought in with the crystal lamps and stuff and some of the pillows, just that hint.
A little bit of glam, yeah.
So Helene, you did something here which I think is such a great thing that I know designers do well, but we want to share with our viewers, is mixing styles. So you took a mid-century modern feel that was throughout the whole home and the architecture. You infused it with a little bit of contemporary accents in the furnishings, as well as that like beautiful touch of glam. Do you have any tips?
It has to blend. Your colors have to blend and flow, and that's the trick. You can't put something like green and then blue over here. It doesn't work when you're doing a mid-century modern style. It's all about blending it and making it low profile. And so this, even though this is a little shiny, and so are my 2 pillows, the rest of it is low matte in the same tone.
And speaking of subtle textures in the same tone, you did that in the bathroom.
Absolutely. So we have the silverwood marble, and then on the back wall is a taupe colored tile that looks just the same tone as the marble to give it that tone on tone, but a different texture to keep it nice and clean.
So to our viewers, it's really about mixing in the different materials, but keeping that same tonality that really brings textures and makes it interesting.
Yes, if you could imagine that, if I brought in another color, it would change everything.
It would feel, it would definitely feel not as serene, perhaps.
It would be choppy.
So this has truly been amazing touring this home, seeing a little hint of how Mid-Century kind of fits in South Florida, and it's so nice when it's beautifully done like this. So
thank you so much for having me. It's been a great pleasure as always.
Well, we appreciated it, and we hope our viewers at home enjoyed this as well. And now take a look at what we've got planned next week on SoFlo Home Project. We blur the indoor-outdoor living lines with wall coverings, learn how to create relaxing spaces, and so much more with the latest trends. And now it's time to check in with Hunter FRANQUI, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he has going on tomorrow. Hunter, what are you up to?
Hey there, Elena. Welcome to my hometown. Tomorrow on SoFlo Health, we're taking a walk through Weston and we're dropping some health facts for fun. Then Morgan's going to show us the final installment of how to use this suspension trainer for a full body circuit workout. Then I hope you like red lentils, and if you don't, we'll make you like them with this delicious red lentil recipe. And if you're still hungry, we've got you covered because our friends at Common Threads are teaching you how to cook, your kids how to cook, and they're teaching all of us this delicious turkey burger recipe. You won't want to miss it. It's all tomorrow right here on SoFlo Health on the one and only Local 10 at 12:30.
Thanks, Hunter. We'll definitely be watching, and to our viewers at home, thanks for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.